like pretty touchy of an issue. They will never corrupt their family lineage, I guess, or they would know who they can or can't marry based on certain information. And they would just know it wouldn't be compatible anyway to try to marry someone who's outside of their world. And those people keep certain things intact. That's what I'm told. It's like that old story though, or like the Titanic. What if you can't stand half your family? And you're like, what? You know? And that would be part of the game. Like, part of the game would be if you can't stand, you know, you start to get bored or dislike or what have you, people in your own group per se, you know, for lack of a better word. And people do this all around the world. The Han Dynasty people, you know, it smells like a banana here by Starbucks. So maybe people can send aromas. There's no banana around. And you're like, why am I smelling banana? So someone probably knows that I need potassium. And I used to eat bananas all the time in smoothies. And that's how, you know, usually I like bananas in like a raspberry smoothie. It would be frozen raspberries, almond milk, and a banana. That's all you need. It's really sweet and yummy. You don't need, you know, anyway, but that's it. Say people can float aromas past you to send a message. Or you would know, like in a dog walker's world, you would know that a client was going to surface, someone who uses you every once in a while, because an aroma that's associated with them would sort of show up in your dwelling. Oh my gosh, you know, are the Utleys going to call? I'm probably going to get a call from the Utley soon, because I can smell those rawhide sticks that Jack uses and he chews on. And boom, you know, within a few days you get a call. So, anyway. Window there. There's a plant and a black cat. I had a cat named Max. I don't know if you can really see him or not. Oh, how cute is he? He passed away just before 2011. He passed away in 2010. I think he was killed off by the people who attacked me. So that's an actual fact. There are 3 cats of mine and they seem to be timely. And they were old already, but still, it was under unusual circumstances. How do you prove that? But what if people can send a certain type of energy to make sure we got to get these cats out of the way? We're about to drop the bomb on Sharon. We have a whole plan for her, and she can't be burdened by the cats, you know, doing 1 million overnights for clients, being human trafficked through dog walking. And I would worry about my cats, you know, if I were to do like, you know, months-long months-long house sitting or dog sitting, and my cats would be alone a lot because I had so much work. And it would be a burden in general because of all the messages that were sent, all the antics and shenanigans that went on. So they would be stressed. And also monetarily, it can cost a lot of money to buy the food and everything, and they needed me. Whoever kicked off the thing in 2011 needed me to be in a certain position to do whatever they needed to do. Mind you, I didn't sign up for anything, so there was no consent form or willingness. So this was all done for the overly privileged and then some, and those who towed the line for them, whether they know it or not. This was for people to show off. This was for people or certain groups who might try to drive people crazy on purpose. You got to fill those asylums. They need the business. This was done for people who, you know, play a game because their mentalities are still in the 3rd grade or lower, and they have money. And certain groups try to get rid of people. There are people out there, and I know they're wondering why I'm still here, why I'm still alive. Usually people die by now. They either go totally crazy and find a way to like fix that, or they die. And someone may have come in and crashed the party in 2017 and decided to expose everyone for their games and shenanigans. And maybe the setup against me was twofold. Maybe it was so bad because they had to expose just how bad people were, and they were willing to use little lottery ticket winner Sharon, if you will. And 1528, all's well that ends well, without a D, so without death. And it's interesting, the number 528 and the D represent two separate people who behave similarly or could be in the same group. And some people might have stepped in and acted as artificial abusers, even though the abuse was real. But to have to keep in one's brain, like, just know that this has to be done in order to figure out who's listening at the top. Who's paying attention too much to Sharon and needs to mess around. And they can hear at the top. They could decide to tune into you. Sorry to say. Most people aren't paid attention to that much. But they could decide all of a sudden, wow, lots of activity on Smedley this morning, to tune in. You don't want that happening if you've been shuffling money all over the place. As a dog walker who reported like $90,000 in income. Like 90,000, that's a lot. Even as a business, that's a lot. You'd have to have an all-out, you know, mega, like a brick and mortar building. Not an apartment. Speaking of, we're down here at Doggy Style Pets. Wind down that whole walk with a doggy style reference. I did have to be anally raped for this country to figure out who was paying attention to me.